Hi, it's Vicky McClifty here from AM Healing My Soul, and today I'm speaking with Kelli Boucher from Bouche Boutique in Ascot in Brisbane. And yeah, hi Kelli, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
This show is primarily about grief and helping people getting through grief.
Yeah.
And I suffered grief myself with the loss of my son and stumbled across your salon here in Brisbane, literally stumbled across it.
Yes, you did.
And it's something that's so important to be able to redefine who you are when you've gone through grief.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of these special sacred places that we've created with a lot of, if you can say, deliberateness.
Yeah.
We've put a lot of attention into making sure that a woman feels really safe when she walks into this space. And it's a space that we do a myriad of different things, but predominantly it is building confidence for women and showing women and giving them access, I suppose, to being able to take a look and do some self-inquiry and understand, like, what is their greatness? Where's their magic? Who are they? Despite what's going on in their world, despite their loss, despite their pain, what is it that's great about them, and have them refocus back on them and where they can contribute to others. To not to disappear the pain, it's always going to be there, but just to have an intervention, to be able to have it that when they look in the mirror, they feel confident, they feel beautiful. They get the compliments that they need, that gives them that little hit of oxytocin, and that's good for their hormones. That's good for just that femininity and their healing process.
Yeah, because when you go through grief, you tend to, I think it's one of those, it's a raw thing that happens.
Absolutely.
You hit rock bottom and you have to redefine who you actually are, because you lose a sense of who you are. And I think that it's probably that moment in your life that you reach where you actually start to tune into who you are, because a lot of the time, most of us are running around like chickens without a head, if you know what I mean.
Lives.
You've come across so many mums that are running after their children, day in, day out, going to activities, doing everything for the children and for the husband. Yeah. And then they totally lose connection with who they are by doing that. Yeah. And that's what you offer with your coaching here as well.
Yeah, we coach our ladies through like a 9-step process. It's basically looking at, how they want to be perceived. What's the message that they want to send out there to the world? We've all got busy lives. We've all got no time. We've all got, full days that we find that, well, what about me? It's a common complaint that I hear with my ladies. It's like, I give.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't have time for me.
That's right.
And I think that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
I think that's not good for us as a modern day woman. I think we need to revisit that and be able to recreate some rituals and some habits back in our life, which bring self-nourishing, nurturing for us, because we all know a happy wife is a happy life. We all know that when we're happy within ourselves and filled up, we can give more.
That's right.
So I think it's I coach my ladies through a bunch of processes, but mainly it is getting them to understand, well, what is it about them? Where's the gap? What's working? What's not working?
Yeah.
Who are they? Because along the way, they do lose who they are.
Yeah, and what sort of moments will you have with people when they come in, if they've been disconnected, and then you're taking them through the coaching process and going through the styling as well and doing the colours and everything? What sort of reactions do you get from some of the women?
The reactions are, wow, I never ever thought I could wear something like that, or I would have never picked that off the shelf in the shopping centre or in that boutique. I would never pick that off the rack. That's the kind of end result. But in the beginning, I suppose, when we're going through the foundation, that framework of who they are, finding on the deepest level the most authentic self, the reactions I get are generally tears, you know, they get moved, they, you know, sometimes they get triggered. Because what they've found is that they've suppressed a whole bunch of stuff along the way, or due to life, they're, you know, told that they can't be this, that they must be that, or they should wear this to be seen as authoritative or important, or, you know, or they just go, I don't have time, it doesn't matter, no one sees me anyway, I'm at home with the children, or I'm in the office with my business. And, you know, along the way, I think they lose that identity. So when I'm able to give them access to, this is your identity, this is for sure you, and then we go from there and we start building up on it, and then eventually I dress them in such a way that is consistent and aligned with their personality, what message they want to say, what they stand for, what's their brand, how do they want to influence other people. Because once you know how to influence other people, then you ultimately get that you can have people see you how you want them to see you. That then has this beautiful organic effect that just lifts us and gives us a whole new realm in life.
It does. I mean, I'm speaking from the heart when I'm talking with you now, because I went through that experience with you, and I know I came to the morning of our styling course and I was in tears over something that had happened at home, and was upset, and I didn't realise how I was letting other people affect me. And it was such a great thing, the coaching that you gave me that morning, and it was really a turning point for me with my confidence with myself, you know.
Beautiful.
And it was an amazing day, like just going through and doing the styling with you, and trying on different clothes that I would never have even considered for myself, and it just gave me that really big lift. And ever since then I've sort of, you know, kept trying. Oh no, Kelly would say, no, I shouldn't be wearing that.
Look, your colours are one thing, and once you've got these tools, you've got them for life. But what I'm hearing and what you're saying, Vicky, from that morning that I coached you, and you were getting influenced or impacted by other people's behaviour or actions or opinions or just their way of being, was ultimately because I think as women these days, we're so over there with other people. We're so disconnected with who we are and our greatness and what we can give them. They're privileged to be in our company.
That's right.
Not just we're privileged to be in their company, because that alters the way we see ourselves. When we can turn it around and go, they're privileged to be in my company because I can offer them this. This is what's great about me. And I think that was a turning point in our conversation that morning, was you actually got responsible around, you know, just having one like foot out the back door essentially, or suppressing who you are and not sharing with people in an authentic way what you were getting for yourself. And
I think people, women in particular, but I know men do too, but they lose focus on themselves, and they're focusing on what other people are doing as well. So when you're focused on what others are doing, then you're not actually tuning into who you are. You're not present with yourself. That's right.
No, and it takes a choice every day. It takes choosing, no, this is who I am, this is what I'm standing for, this is how I'm dressing. Does it check? Like check in the mirror. Is this how I want to be seen? Because all it takes is like a total reflection of our thinking with the way we dress.
It is.
I can see it. It's transparent for me. It's I can pick it up in a moment. It's not from a place of judgment. It's not from a place of she needs to be fixed or there's something wrong with her. It's like, gosh, you know, I'm sure there's more to that person. But I'm not seeing it because of how she's dressed. So that's the first impression, and how it can get skewed. Well,
that can be, like, you know yourself, if you're not feeling 100%, or you feel sad, like going back to the grief. If someone is going through grief, then they're not even going to think about what they're wearing. They're not going to think about what, you know, because they're just so sad. And you could be walking around looking terrible the whole time, but you do tend to lose touch with who you are.
Your reality.
But then everything changes. So once you go through something traumatic in your life, your whole life changes. So then you've got to, as I said before, redefine who you are going to be for the rest of your life, and create create that in your life
Absolutely.
as well.
And you said a really great word there, Vicky, create.
Yes.
Because when I'm working with my lady in that first conversation that I have with her, and sometimes it can take half a day to get through this one particular thing of how do you want to be perceived? When you look in the mirror, how do you want to see yourself?
Yeah.
In your hardest time in your life, you know, some people have lost a child, some people have got a terminal illness, some people are carers for people that are terribly ill, or they're just being trodden down with life's journey.
Yeah.
And there's just like this state of helplessness, or, you know, not having the energy to even bother. But there's got to be, life is grand, life is wonderful, and there's so much more to it past grief. So rather than sit in the grief and have it be that is who I am, because then people, I find in my experience, get attached to that grief, and then that's their identity. I'm the mum with the sick child. You know, I'm the woman that's the carer.
Yeah.
No, hang on, there's more to that woman, there's more to that mother.
Yeah.
You know, so what is it that you want to see when you look in the mirror, and how do you want people to see you?
Yeah.
And it takes strength, and it takes mental toughness, and it's not easy. But with a coach to guide you and hold your hand through it and make you feel safe and put you in a beautiful environment that's feminine and nourishing, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know, to get in touch with that femininity.
Yeah, and I think there is a bit of a mistaken understanding of what coaching is to a lot of people.
Yeah.
They feel that they're being told, you know, some people I think coaching, well, you know, I don't want you to tell me what to do, but it actually gives them the tools to look in to themselves and to follow through with the process every day, to create, as I said before, to create the life of their dreams. And
yeah, if you want to succeed in anything, you've got to have a coach,
you
right?
have to.
You have a coach for, you know, athletes have a coach. They might be the best athletes, but they'll still have a coach.
Yeah.
And I've always said in my family unit, if you want to succeed in anything, it's really good to have a coach in every area of life that you want to succeed in, whether it be your relationship, whether it be your image, whether it be your business, whether it be your fitness and your health. You know, so it depends on where your values are and what's really important and what you want to achieve in life. But I find that this process really assists people to just that quantum leap.
Yes.
Because once you've got that confidence, then everything else seems to just be water off a duck's back. It's like people don't have an effect on you.
That's right.
What they say or their opinion just seems to just be like it's nothing. You don't seem to worry so much about what other people think anymore.
That's right, and it's a good place to be, isn't it? Because you're confident in your own skin. So that makes such a huge difference, being confident in your own skin around other people. You're not worrying about what they're doing or saying or anything. So what advice could you offer a lady who is actually going through grief right now?
Advice.
Yes.
Is to sit for a moment and contemplate, what are your goals?
Yeah.
What do you want for life? Because this is just one space in time. And this time softens and it too passes.
Yeah.
If nothing's permanent.
No, that's so true.
So just to sit on your bottom, be still and contemplate what's possible. What do I want? What is my biggest dreams? Or through this pain, what can I contribute to others? What can I leave somebody else with? Where can I, you know, take a stand and make a difference?
Yeah.
You know, what have I learned through this process in myself that, you know, maybe can lead me into another avenue of life? There's so many things, but it's always like a possibility.
Yeah.
So treat it as a possibility. And if you want something, you will have it. You just got to focus on it and start talking about it. And before too long, in its entirety, you will become it. So it's sometimes just stepping out of your head, getting in the game of what's possible for me.
Yeah.
And then you'll find that along the way, you'll find that right person that will guide you in the direction that may be your blind spot, or the things that you don't know,
Yeah.
you need to take on an expert. You need to find somebody that's got the results that you want for your life.
Yeah, and you've got contact with so many people that you can just guide them in whichever direction they need to
I've
go.
got some great contacts.
Yeah.
This has been my life's journey too.
Yeah, it
And there's
has.
no mistake why I am here doing what I do.
That's
because
right.
I've also experienced pain that's propelled me to do this with passion and integrity.
And what was your life before that?
My life, oh gosh, as a young woman, you know, my mum and dad, they separated, and it left me, I had my dad raise us from the age of 14, and I went to an all-girls school. My dad sent me there because he thought, well, it'll teach you to be a lady, and it did.
Yeah.
But I still couldn't connect with women. I had brothers.
Yeah.
My mum wasn't there. I was devastated. I was heartbroken. And I had a story that I went, well, she mustn't love me anymore. So that story, then I sat with that for a number of years, and I collected enough evidence to say that, well, I'm not lovable. I'm not good enough.
And then you carried that through your life.
Carried it.
Yeah.
And I took that to all levels of just playing it safe, not achieving my goals, because I went, well, I'm not good enough. I don't know. I can't do that. Until one day it got to the point where I went through a divorce, and I suppose I was on my own for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a very loving family. I've got a very beautiful relationship with my mum now. I feel completely fulfilled now.
Yeah.
But to get to this point, I had to go through being on my own and sit with the sensation in my body that was pure pain and complete defeat and failure, and losing face with the opinions of others that they thought I'd done the wrong thing, or I'd made mistakes, or, you know, you should know better, or all this kind of feedback that I was getting. I had to just sit with that and process that and find out, well, who am I, and what can I do, and what's great about me. And then I started taking on coaches and mentors and all sorts of experts that had the results that I wanted in my life. I don't take advice from anyone now unless they have the results that I want. So it's something that's a really good mantra to live by, I believe.
Yeah, that is very good.
And so for me, that journey has led me through my hairdressing career, where I started with Stefan all those years ago, and I got great training and mentorship from him as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
He gave me access to, you know, if you want to succeed, just go for it, just do it. And so I did. I left, I had a conversation with him and took on my own business. And through that, listening to women, I'd listen to them and they'd say, great hairstyle, but what do I wear? Or I don't like my body, or I hate shopping, or I don't know what colours to wear, or here's a photo, dress me like that. I'd mimic it, and they still weren't happy. What I understood was that it got to the deeper level of, well, who are they?
Yeah.
They don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
So I then went into a coaching program for myself. I got so great at that and got so many great results in my own life. Tumultuous. It was a journey. But in the end, I then found myself being asked to coach others and share my story with them.
And how great is that you were able to do that? And
Unbelievable.
you've got that experience and that of, you know, what you've gone through, the growth that you've gone through, and you're able to just impart on others as to, you know, and you understand where they're coming from. And that's such a huge thing, is to understand where people come from.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are their values? What are their beliefs? What are their self-limiting beliefs? Where are their blocks? Where are their stories that they've got a story and evidence for? Like, it's anything can be flipped on its head and recreated. Anything you want, if you choose it. So that coaching and my journey and listening to my ladies has had me develop a process that I take my ladies through.
So explain the process, Kelly. What do they go through?
Some ladies come in and they say, I want my colours done. I want to know my style.
Okay.
I want to know where to shop. What looks good on me? How do I accessorize? What haircut suits my face shape? And all of that's really great, but I always start off with the first part of the process is understanding how do you want to be perceived.
Yep.
And they're like, what? Such a foreign question.
Yes.
But we work through that. Then we work through their style, personality. Understanding, are they more feminine? Are they more creative? Are they dramatic? Are they rebellious? Are they elegant chic? Do they like high designer wear?
So it's really getting them to focus in on who they are. They haven't probably thought about it in the whole life.
No. You can go to any stylist. There's a whole bunch of them out there. There's a whole bunch of hairdressers. But what I'd be looking for, are they asking you about who you are? Not just what's the latest trend or what's on the fashion
or they
runway
want to look
in
like
Europe.
some famous model or a celebrity or something,
Right.
which is not them.
It's not them. It's not even their sister or their mother. They can share clothes and they'll still feel it won't look right on them because they're a different, unique person. So I find that, and that's what I love the most. I get really excited when I get somebody understanding who they are because it's life-changing.
It is.
It's literally a transformation.
Yeah.
And then through that process, their hair gets done. We get our dermal skin therapists to attend to their skin if they need help with their skin, their beauty ritual. I teach them how to do their makeup, how to apply their makeup just for them. It might be a fresh face. It might be a real dramatic look. It might be just a very feminine, soft, natural look.
So it's really going into the femininity of women, and it's something that I found really exciting, and it was fun. It was so much fun to do because I had never done anything like that before. There'd be so many women that would have not done that before in their lives.
Well, there's a lot of ladies that still come to me and they go, yeah, but I'm not a girly girl. And I'm like, yes, but as a woman, there's an essence of femininity. So not to collapse femininity with frills and bows and sequins. Some females are more nurturing. Some females are really strong, powerful alpha females in their professional worlds. But at the end of the day, there's this essence of a woman that's pretty special. And to be able to bring that out and to be able to find a way that they can nourish themselves and make a difference to others in whatever they want to succeed in or whatever they take a stand for really is quite powerful in itself. So we go through that. We do their wardrobes. We take them shopping. We have debriefing webinar conversations every week until we get them to a point where they can then take those tools into their own life without concerning themselves with defaulting back into their old habits. So we set them up with everything that they need to know, so then they can literally do it without the assistance of anyone.
That's fantastic. I just love the whole process, Kelly, and it's going to help so many women. Knowing that you're here.
I hope so.
It will, and it's just something that women, if they're aware that it's there for them, because often when they're in depression and grief, they don't know where to go and they don't know what to do, and this is all about self-love and looking after yourself, which is, it's something that is rare. I mean, people tend to think that you're a bit selfish when you do that these days, but it's so important to love yourself first, and then you're able to give to so many people.
I've heard people say more than a dozen times, oh no, that's a bit self-indulgent, or that's a bit selfish, or I can't believe you'd spend that money on that.
And who's telling them that too? So they must have their things in the past where someone has said, oh no, you shouldn't be doing that because that's not the right thing to do. So their mindset is imprinted with that belief.
I'm not worthy, or
they're not worthy.
I don't need that, or I'm not someone that's special enough to deserve that. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but it's just a story, and if somebody can put that to the side and sit with, well, what do I want, regardless of what anybody else says? What's going to make the difference to my life? And is this something that will? Is this something I value? And if it does, then take it on. Run with it, whatever it is.
No, it makes such a difference in women's lives. So I really thank you so much for sharing with us today, Kelly. It's such an important thing for women, I believe. And yeah, all of your contact details will add to the video. So,
Yeah, no
but
problem.
your web address is?
Our web address is Bouche Boutique, www.boucheboutique, Bouche, it's a bit of an odd spelling, boutique.com.au.
Great, thanks very much. And for
Pleasure.
all those women out there, I'd highly recommend to go and see Kelli and find out who you are and tune into yourself and start with some self-care and some self-love to help you get through the early stages of grief, or any stage actually. So until next time, bye now.